Hi. So I have some plans to do a little bit of I guess goal setting and intention setting for the new year. It is January 7th, 2026. And so it's been a little while after New Year's. I've been pretty busy, had a lot of stuff going on, lots of stuff. So now I have a little bit of time to work on this. But yeah, I have a bunch of stuff here with me. Because I just want to I don't know, sit down and actually think a little bit about what I want this year to look like and how I want it to go. I will say that last year in 2025 I had loads and loads of plans and ideas for stuff, and it was all nice, and also I actually have this 2025 bingo on the back of my journal, and I'll probably make a new one for 2026, but I've learned a lot over the past year. To be honest, 2025 didn't even feel like a year. It felt like many years all in one year. It was honestly completely crazy, but anyways, so I've learned that maybe, when you plan things out kind of meticulously, it's still, and you think you have it all together, things can go very much awry and not to plan. So I've learned that everything I do this year, I want to make sure it's refundable, for one thing, because there's things you can't plan for. For us, it's lots of family health stuff and just various things, or also in my own life, various crises, financial aid issues. I was in school and now I'm not in school, but I work, so it's not too bad. Now I actually get paid to do work, whereas when you're in school, you're paying to work. But yeah, I don't know. But anyways, let's maybe sort of get started. I'm kind of just winging it, just going. Just doing this as I go, because again, I've not actually sat down to do this yet, or to really think about this yet. So probably what I'm gonna do is just make it a new journal entry. And I'm gonna make a 2026 journal later. This journal, so even though I made the bingo and all that kind of stuff, and I collaged it on New Year's, I think it was New Year's Eve, of 2024 with a bunch of friends. I had a bunch of friends and people over, and we made these journals and everything, so it was really fun. It was fun to see my friends messages about which things on their bingo card they've completed and all that, so that part's cool. One of the things that bothered me actually about my bingo card is I made it a little bit too specific, so some of them I was oh, well, I almost did that, but the details are off. And so I had some little things here and there where I'm oh wait, when a few of these I was just well, I technically did some of this except for the specifics of it. So I've learned to now don't make it so specific, because then you can't check it off. But anyways, so today is the 7th of January. Oh yeah, but this journal, even though I made it on New Year's Eve or something, I didn't actually start writing in it until February 17th of 2025, because I was still finishing up another journal. So yeah, I tend to finish my journals, so there's not very many pages left in this, but I think it'll be maybe a couple more weeks or something, and then I'll make a new journal or change over to a new journal. But this is a good exercise for coming up with, I guess, my little vision board thing and bingo card thing for the new journal. Okay. So I think that in terms of prompts and things, I don't know, to ask yourself about in terms of, what you really want for the new year, there's one thing I figured out already, and I've been thinking about a lot, is my social media usage and all the doom scrolling I do, not just on social media, but news and everything too. A little bit addicted to the news. So I think I've started to reflect a lot on this and think about it and sort of ask myself who was I before I got an Instagram and a Facebook and all these things that are so easy to just doom scroll forever on, especially now that the algorithm has kind of changed up and now you get all these random recommended posts that aren't even what you're following, and like how do these things make me feel. Like I feel like the person I was before, so I got Instagram and Facebook I think when I was 15 for like a summer entrepreneurship program I was in, and I was just thinking about it, like before then, like I guess I was 15, so I was just generally a different person than I am now at 25. But yeah, I just sort of asked myself, like, you know, how has it changed me? I feel like, you know, it makes you a little bit more angry, a little bit faster to judge. Maybe, you know, you give a little bit less grace, and especially to like other people's opinions and stuff like that. I feel like maybe it's made me a little bit less open-minded. So I don't know, I just like sort of think and reflect on that. So anyways, what one of my goals or resolutions or intentions are is that I would like to read more. So like I thought about what did I do when I was a kid, like to fill all the free time instead of doom scrolling, because there was no doom scrolling. And I mean, I played outside a lot, which is great, and I like to run still, and I like to go on hikes and all that. But just in general time when you're like just at home, I liked to read a lot. I like to draw a lot, and so that's something I'm trying to bring back a little bit. So I told myself that everywhere I go, I guess I do need to keep my phone with me, but I don't want to only have a phone with me. So I want to have books with me, or like a book, not all these books at the same time, but a book with me. And so I actually put together kind of like, I guess like a roster or a list of all the books I want to read this year. So I was already reading The Psychology of Money in December, like towards the end of December. So finished that. Like I don't have very much left in it, so my plan is to finish this book. And then the 12-week year, I actually read it like a couple years ago, and I thought it was really good. I think it's just like a good New Year's book. It's pretty short. So this one is next. Then after that, I have 3 new books that I bought at Barnes & Noble the other day. I feel like I spent all my money at Barnes & Noble, but I want to read Your Brain on Art, and like because I've been really interested in some of these ideas around like art therapy and everything, and then Meditations for Mortals. So Oliver Burkeman, I read his other book, 4,000 Weeks, and I thought his book was really, really good. And so this is a newer book from 2024. And I think I read 4,000 Weeks back in like 2022 or 2023. I can't remember which year it came out, but I'm really looking forward to this one because I really liked 4,000 Weeks, and I have a friend who is just reading that too. So it'd be kind of cool to like talk about the newer one and everything too. And then this one here, Love Triangles. Oh, this one's special. So this is the kind of the last book that I want to read of, I don't know, of the next month or so. I don't know, probably considering that maybe a couple of these books, like Your Brain on Art is a little bit of a thicker book, I feel like this will probably be in early February. But Love Triangles about trigonometry. So something funny about me is I skipped a lot of classes when I was younger. And it was definitely was not recommended. I went to engineering school, but I had never taken trigonometry. Like I placed out of, I can't remember what it was I placed out. I placed out of algebra, but I already studied algebra, and I placed out of geometry. When I first entered high school, and so I started doing algebra too. But I'd never actually taken geometry before. The test was just really like easy and like multiple choice or something, so it's really easy to just kind of guess and then get stuff right. And so I was taking algebra 2, and then after that year I was supposed to be taking pre-calculus. So it was my freshman year, sophomore year I was supposed to be taking pre-calculus and trigonometry, and I was doing that, but they administered this test, told the students of like at my school to see what our weaknesses were, and we found that we actually have a lot of weak points and things. Currently for my job, I work with Department of Education data for the state of Hawaii. We're the only state that has one Department of Education for the entire state, and especially for public schools and public schools on Maui, where I'm from, I look at the proficiency rate for things like mathematics especially, and we have pretty low proficiency on mathematics by state, like just by state standards. I don't even know what it is in comparison to national standards, but a lot of the schools I've been looking at were at about 30% or less. So it's kind of, yeah. Yeah, at our school, the test that they had all of us take, this really comprehensive, I think very expensive test that's used like nationally, they found that we had so many weak points in various aspects of mathematics. For me, the main thing it highlighted was geometry at that point, because yeah, it was supposed to be in pre-calculus, but I didn't know geometry. And so the teacher kind of pulled me aside and she was like, okay, so your only thing that you need to worry about right now is just geometry. Everything else, the algebra and everything, you're pretty strong on. So what I want you to do is just study geometry by yourself on Khan Academy and just, you know, get that all proficient and everything. But after that, this class is supposed to be trigonometry and pre-calculus, but a lot of the students here don't know a lot of basic things before that, you know, would make this subject easier for them to do. I think that a lot of people are having trouble with like fractions and decimals and some of the basic algebra. She's like, we're going to be going all the way back to the beginning just to get everybody up to date. And I was like, okay, that's good to know. And she's like, this is not going to be like a pre-calculus or trigonometry class. I strongly recommend you go to the community college and take it there. So to be able to take the class at the community college, this is a very long story, but to be able to take the class at the community college, I had to go take a placement test at the community college, you know, to see what math I get into. So I take this placement test. Again, it's multiple choice. And the problem with multiple choice is you can kind of guess like the answer just based off of like common sense or just like thinking a little bit rationally about it. And so when I take the placement test, it places me into calculus, not trigonometry, not pre-calculus, it places me into calculus. And I'm like, well, that's not right. I'm not taking trigonometry. I'm not taking pre-calculus. I'm not taking any of this stuff. And my dad, who also has skipped around quite a lot, but he's just like super, super smart. So he could just figure everything out anyways, I guess, or learn it like as he goes. He was just like, oh, well, you placed into calculus, you know, I skipped around plenty too. You should just take calculus. And I was like, no, I want to take pre-calculus because I didn't know geometry before and this was really tough. And then now I learned geometry and I feel a lot better about it. So I went and I took pre-calculus at the college, but our Algebra 2 class that I had taken in 9th grade was pretty advanced, and so she had taught us a lot of pre-calculus already. So when I took pre-calculus, I was like, everything here is a review. I'm so bored, I'm so tired. I was kind of falling asleep a little bit in class, and I had such a commute to the college anyways because I'm from the town of Kihei and the community college is in Kahului, and so that's like an hour away by bus, and I'm like, this was not worth my time at all. My dad was right, I should have just taken calculus instead of whatever this is. This is just Algebra 2 all over again. So I made the mistake of just jumping into calculus afterwards and never taking trigonometry, and that's been my weak point for all these years. I went to engineering school, I took physics, I did all these things without really knowing trigonometry, and it was very, very hard, and I was very confused. And I had a calculus teacher at some point be like, so how are you doing, like, how do you do this without knowing trigonometry? I'm like, it's really bad. You have to, like, I guess trigonometry is a lot of memorization or something too. You have to memorize, I guess, all these identities and stuff. But I don't know, for me it was just extra rough because there's so many things I just didn't quite get. I didn't quite have the kind of basis for it. And so that's one of the things I've been like, yeah, trying to learn more about, teach myself a little bit more of, you know, I have a bachelor's degree in engineering now and it took me a long time to get it. And yeah, I know it's just one of those things I'm trying to like, yeah, get a little bit better at, because I know that there's still, despite everything that I've learned all these years and despite like learning how to work with it, I know that there's still things that I'm missing. But some of the really basic trig that people do in high school now is like a little bit maybe too basic, but I just kind of want to have like a little bit more context and yeah, understanding about stuff. So that is like one of my goals, I guess, for this year, is to just kind of delve a little bit deeper into things that I know that I am missing a little bit. I'm missing some of the context, some of the information. So yeah, that's what this, like why I got this book, and that is why I'm planning to read it, and it looks very interesting about, yeah, how trigonometry shapes the world. That was a very long story, but yeah, anyways. So I guess my first kind of goal or intention, my very first kind of goal and intention then is instead of doom scrolling, pick up a book. Yeah, I also want to draw more too because I like drawing. Maybe more pen, paper. And actually, to be fair, this kind of like long spiel, this kind of story has made me realize, yeah, some of my other goals and intentions like made me think a little bit more about it. So I don't know, if you're kind of struggling to figure out your goals and intentions too, maybe just sit and talk to yourself for a little bit. Or talk to a camera for a little bit, and maybe you'll start to like get some of them, like some of them will come to you as well. So yeah, I think my second intention then is to start to fill in a little bit of the gaps, you know, but like approach it with kind of curiosity and like, I don't know, how it fits in like a puzzle piece with the rest of my understanding of the world. And I don't know how I'm supposed to write that in a succinct way, but fill in the gaps. Okay, so that's my second kind of goal or intention. I don't really know how many I should make, but probably not like 100 or something, because then you can't really like keep up with all of it. But just like several, I think is good. Just, I guess I'm sort of keeping them a little bit general this time instead of really, you know, I don't know, this probably won't work very well for like a bingo board. I think a bingo board is probably more like you meet a certain benchmark, you meet like a certain goal. So that's probably what I'm gonna do for the bingo board. But for like the intentions, that's more like general philosophies for guiding your life, I guess. Or guiding your year. But okay, like to be more of a creator than a consumer, I think that I don't know, I think with like the internet, we sort of like live in a culture where we are always just consuming and just taking in so much information constantly. And I know for me, it's really, really overwhelming. I think I kind of shut down a little bit, but I love creating stuff and I always have. Also, one of the interesting things too is we consider ourselves to be the consumer, but we're actually also the product because they're targeting ads and trying to sell stuff to us and everything. So that's like one of the weird things too. We're not just the consumer, we're the product. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of want to create more stuff because I don't know, I just like creating stuff. And I kind of want to follow through on some projects and stuff I started before as well, because I have so many things that I worked on and started making that were like, I don't know, things that were really fun and I enjoyed and I thought were pretty cool. And then I sort of dropped them after a while because life became really busy and hectic, and a lot of times it was stuff like, you know, being in school and you know, family stuff and just crises and all that. But yeah, just being able to like pick up some of those like things where I left off again and just kind of complete them or make something new out of them. I don't know, repurpose them too. That's something I'm interested in. I've been working on some projects like that for a little moment or for a little time recently, I guess. So yeah, be more of a creator than a consumer. I mean, like, I'm definitely also a consumer, especially of news and of articles and writing, and I like to read stuff that people write. You know, I feel like I've not read as many books like as I've gotten older as I did when I was younger, but I definitely read so many like articles and think pieces and all that kind of stuff. So I guess maybe the medium itself has also like changed, but yeah. But also I want to read more books because, you know, then you really get in depth on stuff, and I miss that kind of depth. And there's nothing better than like, yeah, when you're like reading a good book and just learning so much from it. So yep. Okay, I've got 3 of them down. Okay, what else? Definitely spend more time with my family, with people I love, the people I'm closest to. For me, family is like a really big, like important part of my life. And this year, I've gone through so much. Like there's just so much has happened, and you learn just how, I guess, how fragile life is, how quickly things can change, and I just, yeah, I don't know, it's like a goal and an intention, but just kind of like a general thing. I don't know, I don't know if it's even like a goal, it's just like a truth that like we should spend time with like the people we love. You know, you never know. So I don't know. I'll just put that down too as like an intention or a guiding principle or something. Yeah, like not just spend more time, I guess like really appreciate your time, really, you know, take the time to ask things that you haven't asked before, and to have kind of sort of conversations and things that maybe you didn't have before, or were too scared to have before, you know, kind of to be a little bit bolder, and like a little bit less, I don't know, avoidant of like the hard stuff in your conversations. I don't know. Like definitely not just quantity, but quality. I don't know how to write that in a succinct way either, but I'll just say I appreciate the time you spend, like, okay, so far I think this list is pretty good. Maybe like I want to take more of these like ideas and stuff that are in my head and make them a reality. There's things I've been thinking about for years, like wouldn't it be so cool if like did something like this or that? And I know that I think about a lot of stuff. My brain's a little bit scattered. I'm kind of a little bit all over the place, but yeah, I don't know, just to kind of like, I guess, yeah, try out more of the ideas and stuff, and yeah, a little bit less fear of failure, a little bit more just trying it and seeing how it goes, and yeah, putting some time and effort into organizing some things. You know, one of the things I've always wanted to do was like host like a Maui hackathon or Skillshare or something like that. I think that would be so cool. I have a lot going on though right now. I've got a lot on my plate. Everybody who knows me is just like, wow, you've got a lot going on. Like my family especially, they're just like, you have a lot going on. And they know that like, yeah, like with some of the a lot going on is family stuff and everything as well. So, you know, it's one of those things where for something like that, probably do that with like a team with other people and everything as well. And I don't know if I'd really get around to doing that this year, but it's one of those ideas that like I've been thinking about for so many years now, and it's still in my mind. It's not just like some fleeting thing. I would love to like, yeah, I guess not even just have like a Skillshare hackathon, but like have more of like a skill sharing kind of community. I don't know. We have all these like really interesting people who visit from all over the world and who all know like really interesting things and have neat skills and skills that make them quite a lot of money so that they can come out and visit places like Hawaii. And I just think a lot about like, wouldn't it be cool if we had some sort of programs where like, I don't know, like a lot of these people I met, like when I was working in a hostel, I met a lot of people who are really interesting and would be keen to like give back or something. What if we had people who are visiting give talks on what they do and about, you know, like what they do for work and about stuff they know and everything, you know, and like, yeah, it maybe just broaden a lot of perspectives. And yeah, I don't know, it's just one of those things, again, one of those things I just think about. So I don't know, that's gonna be my 5th kind of intention, is take more of the kind of crazy ideas in my head and like try to bring them to life. Okay, so that's like 5, and I think that's a very good place to start in terms of intentions. So intentions are one thing, and then kind of concrete goals are different. So kind of like, yeah, setting sort of benchmarks and stuff for yourself of what kinds of like things you want to reach this year. So I guess these I'm gonna say are intentions. And then goals, I feel like goals are slightly easier in some ways. Yeah, like I guess some of these intentions would connect directly to goals, and then some of the goals I have maybe actually like also have an intention attached to it, but at least for goals I have a little bit of thought on that because that I think about quite a lot. So goals. First one, I want to have, like, by the end of this year, I want to have like $10,000 in savings, like just in a savings account. I have a high yield savings account. What is it, about 3.5% like is the like interest rate. So yeah, want to have $10,000 just in savings, just in cash for an emergency if anything goes wrong. So many things went wrong last year and I ended up in like a lot of financial trouble for a while. Then I got like my job gave me a raise and I like lots of good things happened afterwards and everything was okay. But like, yeah, $10,000 in savings, in cash, you know, like, or in the bank account, not in investments, just in savings. So that like if anything goes wrong, you have like a cushion, you're safe. That would be amazing. Say by December 31st. Okay. Second goal. What else do I want? I've started investing last year, so I want to have a certain amount of investments as well. I don't know. The number itself, I'm not so sure about. In the long term though, at least what I was reading about in The Psychology of Money, if you can, you know, start investing kind of early, like in your 20s, and, you know, ride it out through all the bull and bear markets, then, you know, long term, you know, and like not pull your money out, you know, out of panic when the stock market goes down. Long term, your gains are going to be so much more. So I want to have some stuff invested and, you know, have a diversified portfolio and everything as well. I don't know what the right number for that is. Yeah, I'm going to put down a number. And I don't know if I'm gonna reach that number, but I'm also, yeah, gonna put down a number. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so those are 2 goals. Those are financial goals. Those are very important. I'm going to say some other goals. I think a lot of my goals are financial, and I probably shouldn't just like give all the details of my finances, so I'm gonna start writing these down just in general. But yeah, the first 3 are all financial. So how much I want in savings, how much I want in investment, and how much I want my net income pre-tax to be at the end of this year. Okay, that's 3 goals, all financial. What are some personal goals? That's hard. Well, okay, run a marathon. I like running. It helps keep me sane, helps my mental health. And for a long time, I've wanted to run a marathon. So run a marathon. And raise money via running the marathon. Yeah, run a marathon and raise money. Probably for either Maui wildfire recovery or economic recovery or something like that, for the STEMWorks program. Like, you know what I mean? For like a Maui organization. Depending on who needs the money. Okay, 5. The app that I've been working on, Limitless, get it onto the App Store. Even if it's like a very rough, like MVP kind of thing. Okay, there you go. Get Limitless onto the App Store and gather feedback on the MVP. What else? Actually, that's 5, so that's probably I feel like that's a good set of 5 goals. There's probably a few more that's a little bit personal to me and kind of specific about family stuff that I'll like add later, just to like, yeah, mostly just helping with family stuff. I don't know, maybe that, okay, maybe that's a good goal. Be there for my family. I don't know, that's not very, there's, okay, the problem with that though is it's not like very measurable. Be there for my family, but you know, where'd my coffee go? I had coffee. Huh. I left my coffee somewhere. Yeah, that's kind of more of like an intention. So appreciate the time you spend with the people you love. Be there for the people you love, or be there for my family. Be present for my family. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely more of like an intention, and I don't think there's some sort of like measurable goal thingy that you can attach to that. And then there's like just like general stuff I want to do, I guess, then. So that aren't really goals, and I think that's part of like maybe one of the problems with mixing like the goals with, yeah, just kind of general stuff that you want to do that'd be cool. So yeah, stuff I want to do. Okay, that is a lot of stuff. Gosh, yeah, I can say a whole bunch of them. I mean, I want to go back to Scotland again. I want to go visit my friends. I want to go to EMF camp in England. Like if I can secure tickets. I would love to be able to go to the Tomorrowland Festival in Belgium. There's so many things I want to try and so many things I want to do. And then now that I'm not, you know, a student, now that I'm not, you know, just giving away my time for free, and like I'm actually earning money with my time, there's so much I want to do with that money, and there's so much I want to do with like my actual free time instead of studying. Yeah, I don't know, stuff I want to do. EMF camp, Glasgow Science Festival, I want to go there. Visit Scotland. Tomorrowland in Belgium. Expensive. Probably not gonna happen, but why not? Might as well add it to the list. I don't know, where else? Lots of things. Burning Man, I've always wanted to go to Burning Man, I don't know. This is more like a bucket list for life in general. I don't think I'm doing all this in a year. Oh my God, the train across Canada. I've always wanted to take the train across Canada and visit some family friends. Yeah, that'd be cool. Visit Korea, visit Seoul, like where my mom's from. Publish a coloring book. I'm working on like a little coloring book workbook thing. I'd love to publish that. Build more apps, just like little ones for fun. Like, I still have like the fish game one that I was making for Cleo. The only thing is he was like so not interested when I had him play the animation one.
Yeah, now he's looking. Take a look. Yeah. Now he's doing fish.
Now he's walking away. Yeah, maybe later.
So I have to maybe revamp it again when I see him. Cleo is my dad's cat. He's a very cute cat, very playful, but yeah, he was like very not interested in the fish game. So I think I have to make the fish swim a little bit more erratic and everything. But yeah, I'll just make more apps, teach genomics workshops to high school students. And that's something that I have like on the side. Volunteer in wildfire recovery again. Ooh, I've got some good ones on the back here. Maybe I'll just carry some of these over. See the Northern Lights. I want to see the Northern Lights. I've never seen them before, even though they've gotten down as far as Glasgow before while I was there, but I just didn't go outside. I didn't know that the Northern Lights were happening, and my dad sent me an email later, and I was like, what? I'd love to go to Iceland again. Maybe see the Northern Lights in Iceland, but I loved Iceland when I was there. I want to visit Switzerland because I have friends there and I think it'd be really cool, and I've never been before. I've never been skiing before. Maybe go skiing. Go skiing somewhere. Oh, learn to drive. Actually, that's gonna be a goal. Okay, yeah, that is a goal. So that's my 6th goal, is to get my driver's license, because I really need it for lots of stuff. For like, I think a lot of stuff I want to do involves just like mostly traveling and just like making stuff. Yeah, build more robots or something. I don't know. Just like fun stuff. Make more animations. I don't know. Host an event. Teach a coding class. Probably for like adult learners, but kids or something too. Volunteer again with STEMworks. And then, I don't know, document my life more like this long, probably kind of boring, all over the place. What's the word? I don't know what the word is. I'm missing my coffee somewhere, but this like very all over the place kind of video. And I guess share. And yeah, I don't know. Teach maybe a coding or CAD class, whatever is more useful for people. Oh, West Highland Way. I've always wanted to walk the West Highland Way. I think that is all good. I think that's kind of me for my goals, my intentions, and then just like stuff I want to do. So I'm gonna say like the stuff I want to do, that's like bingo board stuff. Like, I guess mix in the goals with that maybe. Whenever I do my bingo board, maybe I'll give an update on that, on what exactly I'm doing there. But yeah, I mean, one of the things I wanted to do is, you know, code almost every day. And I was trying to track that through like Git commits. So like I said, make a Git or GitHub commit at least 335 or 365 days. You know, 335 of the days in the year, and I only made it to like 285 because like life, I was really busy. So I don't know. Like, I'd like to code almost every day, but I don't know exactly how many days, you know, how many days is reasonable and realistic for me, just depending upon how life goes, right? But also I code for my job, so, you know, some amount of those days I coded and it wasn't recorded as a Git commit. So let's see, maybe code for 300 days. Yeah, 300 days of the year, at least. Okay, anything else? Yeah, I mean, I think throughout the year, maybe I'll challenge myself to do some like drawing challenges or just various things, like, you know, like 100-day challenges or something. But I think that this is good for a year. I think this is a lot more stuff than I will do in a year. So I think it's just like a lot of interesting ideas and stuff. So yeah. Ooh, maybe like make like a CAD course or something. I don't know, this is what I mean. I always have so many different ideas. Make a course. That'd be cool, because I mean, I have all these people like message me all the time of asking about this one class I took in engineering school. So I made like the horrible mistake of like making like a website for revision notes and just for revision stuff for myself, but I didn't realize that it got like indexed by search engines and stuff. And like I didn't actually put like all the professor materials and stuff there, because like I feel like that's probably illegal or like not allowed. But I get like emails and LinkedIn messages and stuff still all these years later from people asking for help with simulation of engineering systems. And it's funny because that class wasn't actually that hard. It was like, at least for me, I really enjoyed it, and I got an A in the class. I can't remember what it was, an A4 and A5 or something. I don't know, but you know, and that was like, even despite having like, I turned in my assignment late for reasons. I probably should have claimed good cause for the reasons, but I didn't. But yeah, so even despite that, it was COVID though, like COVID times. So all of our exams were online and open note. So maybe that's part of it too. I don't know. Maybe if I had to take the exam in person, I wouldn't have done so well. But I mean, and to be fair, like, yeah, I didn't think the class was so hard. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I liked the labs. It was all like MATLAB and Simulink stuff. So yeah, I don't know, maybe a course or something on that, revisit that. Math lab licenses are expensive though. I feel like I'd use like a new octave. Anyways, this is a lot of me rambling to myself, but yeah, I said I want to document and share my life a little more. Yeah, if this helps you, if this like is good background noise for you when you're figuring out your goals and your intentions and stuff you want to do, then I hope that is good. But yeah, thank you for watching. I've also got my calendar here for 2026. So I think later I might go in and like fill in the stuff that I know that's going on and kind of tentative plans and everything. So yeah, but anyways, that being said, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I hope that your goal setting and planning and intention developing and all that is going well.